introduced myself to a couple of tables. So we have communications, class. What other colleges do we have? Engineering, excellent. Business school. Is that louder? Natural sciences, okay. So, of course, sustainability, which college is supposed to run sustainability? All of them, right. And that's why it's important to have everybody here. And so, when you start to think about sustainability in your profession, so if you're in the business school, you know, an MBA came up with a triple bottom line. You know, what's the triple bottom line? Do you know what that is? So it's the 3 E's of sustainability: equity, so the social issues, and we have environment and economy. So it's about, when you think about business as being, you know, having a sustainable business practice is actually good for the environment and for social reasons as well, right? So we're all part of the solution for that. So I'm going to talk about what it's going to take without limits. It's all when I start talking about sustainability, it's a lot about establishing limits and targets. But we're going to talk about how to make our campus a model for sustainability. That's what I want to be able to talk about. A little bit about our challenges, our current practices, and we're going to talk about what we mean by net zero as a campus. So you always have to start with defining sustainability. So there's the dictionary version, and you have the United Nations version of it. And also, increasingly, we're talking about resilience. So does anybody remember Hurricane Ike? Or some of you remember that, right? And so, so did you notice anything different the next day? Did it take a little while to recover from that? No, not at all. I'll just get out the rake and you're done in an hour. No, it had a catastrophic impact on the region. And so one of the things that you have to think about is how can you prevent some of that from happening, and how can you recover faster? So resiliency is being a very important part now when you start to think about sustainability. Well, we had a context we're working in. We're a big city, right? We're in a big city. Actually, I heard hi Patrick. I heard we just surpassed Chicago. I think we might be number 3 now, you know, in terms of our national. Is that true? I'm looking for, is that true? Say yes.
That's what I heard.
Okay, good. So we're a very ethnically diverse city. We also have some other challenges, right? We're a polluted city with really high ozone levels. So we don't have really great air quality. We have, as a state, we have the highest per capita carbon emissions in Texas. Why is that? Yeah, we have a lot of refineries here, right? So that makes a contribution as well. And also, as we talk about, we're vulnerable to hurricanes. And it's not even. So we think about the equity part of sustainability. So children that grow up by the ship channel, the ship canal here in the city, have a 54% higher chance of getting leukemia. So there's also an environmental social aspect of this, right? As well, environmental justice sometimes it's called. The ship channel is a very important part of our port. So we don't often think about Houston being a port city, but we're actually the largest port city in the United States. When you look at just the volume of goods that come through our port. It's very important for our economy, but also it has a lot of uses along it that also provide some environmental challenges as well. So it's one of these things where you have to think about how the ship channel and the port end up being a very important part of our context. So prevailing winds, what do I mean by prevailing? Natural resources, help me out. Prevailing winds. So wind direction, where does the wind come from most often in Houston? Does it come off the ocean? Come off? It all depends on the season perhaps and events, but quite often you have to think about where our air polluters are in a city like this and where the prevailing winds are. You have to think about those impacts. these diagrams on the right here show the different types of activities that happen along the ship channel and port in terms of industrial uses, where we have petrochemical plants, refineries, and cargo ports as well. Well, we're a city that grows a lot at the edges, right? We're a sprawling city. That has implications for, when we think about resilience. One of the most important things about resilience is some of those habitats and edge conditions along the ocean protect us, right? So you think about, the type of vegetation and things that happen here, and that if you start to lose that, you start to lose some of that shock absorber or resilience in the region. And so in our region, just between 96 and 2005, we lost over 30 square miles of wetlands. And just in Harris County, over 8 miles in the same square miles at the same time. So those end up being important habitat as well, not just those shock absorbers for us during storms. And so we have the 7th largest estuary. That's the 2nd most productive when we start looking at it as a fishery. And then again, that's also part of our petrochemical industry edge condition as well. So when we think about our campus, we're in a city, we're in a natural place. We have certain industrial uses and land uses that impact our health and our sustainability. So we have to think about that all together quite often. So we have a context when we start to look at our university. So we're a big place and we're really growing. I was surprised to find out that since between 2005 and 2013, we have grown in terms of square footage of buildings on campus, 71% growth. That's really fast and really impactful growth. Now we've done some things well. So we've tried very hard to make the buildings more sustainable. We have a new central plant that's efficient, so that helps as well. But we're really serving over 40,000 people. We're really part of a city. We're like a city within a city. And so, and as that, we can also have some self-determination about our sustainability in terms of our investments and practices as well. So those are the things that provide us some other ways of thinking about it. So Patrick is here. So Patrick Peters, he's actually working on the campus master plan. He's one of the people working on that. And so they're looking at where we're putting new buildings in the future and infrastructure that supports it. Also, they'll be addressing sustainability topics like that. Right? We're going to remind you of that. And so we still have some growing to do, primarily in the north and south part of the campus, but by 2020, or the next 5 years, we'll add about 500,000 square feet of education and general space, and about another 1,000 people who live in our campus. So when you talk about campus, when you talk about beds, the number of beds, which means how many people are living on the campus. Also, there's been, from my perspective, a rather decentralized effort to look at sustainability. You have what Sarah and everybody's looking at in the Office of Sustainability on campus. There's a campus master planning piece. There's buildings and grounds, people who maintain the grounds and maintain the buildings, people who develop new buildings in our behalf. And so that's a bit of a fragmented effort, in my opinion, on campus. And so one of the things that, in my view of the future, that's going to be a much more integrated, connected effort. The things that are happening, one of the things that Sarah's been helping with is the STARS report, which is a way for university campuses to measure the sustainability with a piece of software that helps you add things up, helps you create a baseline. What's a baseline? Engineering students. Put everybody on the spot. Baseline, standard, or so a point to measure. Okay? And so, in the document so far, they identify 3 areas to focus on the campus: energy, water, and waste. Okay, so those are 3 areas that they say to focus. I want us to focus on greenhouse gas emissions, because that is the ultimate common yardstick for measuring sustainability. And then when you look at that, on our campus, the energy part of it is only half the greenhouse gas emissions. The other half come from other sources on campus. We need a holistic approach. Looking at natural water and waste are important from a resource standpoint, but when it comes down to greenhouse gas emissions, are a very small percentage of what we do. So when we talk about climate action planning, which is you need a campus that's driven by climate policies and climate action planning, there's a new language that we have to think of. So you may hear me say GHG, or greenhouse gas emissions. And so greenhouse gases, as the folks in natural sciences will tell us, are about 85% of that will be carbon dioxide. And most of the rest of that 15% will be methane. What's one of the biggest sources of methane? Cows and the landfills, right? So two sources. We have to talk about targets. You want to pick a point in time. You want to think about what you're going to reduce by that point in time. Baseline, so you're looking at a fixed point that you're going to measure against. Business as usual. If we do nothing, we just do what we've always done. There's no technical or policy intervention. We get a BAU, or business as usual outcome, which usually means what? Things get better or worse. Usually they get worse if we're talking about greenhouse gas.